Welcome back to my channel. This channel is all about helping you live encouraged. And on Stuff I Love, I introduce you to my favorite products for soul care, self-care, and staying encouraged. On this episode, get ready. I am going to share with you all of the books that have helped me on my spiritual journey. Well, not all, because that would be like a week-long video, but some of my favorite books for staying encouraged. So stay tuned.
Staying prayed up, meditating and taking time away.
All right, y'all, I'm back from trying to narrow down the list of books that I want to share with you today. I have sort of tried to categorize them into a few categories to help you kind of determine what you might be interested in. So I've got books that have helped with my spiritual growth. I have books that have helped with my personal growth, which is still related to my spiritual growth, but you know, personal growth. I have books that have helped me on my self-worth, self-esteem journey throughout my life. I have a book that's helped me as a entrepreneur and to go after my dreams. I have some books, of course, for encouragement for your soul. And make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to be doing a giveaway of one of these books and another very special little gift, something else that I love, packaged all together. So make sure to stay tuned to the end so that you can find out what those giveaways are going to be and how to enter. But let's kick it off. Let's kick it off with the heavy hitters first. Now, if you have been a part of our Loved and Blessed Ladies community for any amount of time, if you were a member of our monthly boxes when we were doing those, or if you have been following me here on YouTube for a while, some of these books might sound familiar to you, but I got a whole bunch of ones that I have not shared about here too. So, spiritual growth, there are so many books. Number one, first and foremost, of course, is always the Bible. And number two, my favorite commentary is the Matthew Henry commentary on the entire Bible. I might do a separate video on just Bible study books and tools and commentaries. If you would be interested in seeing that video, please give this one a thumbs up and make sure to comment below so that I know that it would be worthwhile to record that video. But in this video, we're going to kind of talk about some books that are, I would say, spiritual study and in-depth understanding, but then also great fiction that has been really encouraging in these different areas, and then also a couple of devotionals thrown in. So for spiritual growth, I really want to focus on kind of three books that have really made a huge impact in my life. Many of you, if you've been following along for a while, have heard me talk about this. This is one of my absolute favorites. It is called A Long Obedience in the Same Direction, and it is written by Eugene Peterson. If you are interested in anything that I share today, I will definitely be leaving links in the description box below so that you can check them out. But this book, and I love this subtitle, it's Discipleship in an Instant Society. Now, if you can't relate to that, I don't know what you can relate to. This book is excellent. It is encouraging. It is challenging. It is for a person who truly is ready to grow in their understanding of being obedient to God and following where He's leading at the pace at which He's leading you. And the book, this is my original old copy. You can see all my little post-its and I've written all in this book. The current cover looks like this, and there is also a Bible study guide that you can get to go along with it. So I would highly recommend, if you pick up the book, to also pick up the Bible study guide. They are a great pairing, and this is one of those books that I've literally read, reread, encouraged others to read. We've included it in a Loved and Blessed box of encouragement. And so this is just a really good read, and one that you can take your time and slowly work your way through. It is not a complicated read. I will definitely let you know as I'm going through these if something is like a harder read or not, because I love getting book suggestions, but sometimes I'm like, whoa, I need to do some more study before I can even dive into this book. This is not a complicated read. If you know Eugene Peterson, he is the person who basically translated the Bible into the Message translation. And so that is a very simplified, down-to-earth kind of the Bible in today's language translation. And this book is written in a similar way. It is very, very relatable and easy to understand. So I would highly, highly recommend this. If you have been praying for something for a long time, if you have been hoping for something for a long time, and you are waiting for it to come to fruition, and you maybe are losing patience or getting frustrated or maybe even a little bit feeling angry at God, that is a great book to pick up. Another one that is also great if you are trying to find direction and guidance in your life and developing your spiritual growth is Follow the Cloud. Another one of my favorites. This we featured in our Comfort Zone book. So this one is by John Stickle, who is a pastor at Valley Creek Church in Texas. And this is all about hearing God's voice one step at a time. And the whole idea of following God, the book is kind of written and themed around the Israelites wandering in the desert and following the cloud by day and the fire by night. And really not, moving in a way. It says that he led them in an intimately personal, ever-present way, one step at a time. He led them without revealing the whole picture because he wanted them to follow by faith. So if you find yourself in a position where you are waiting for God to reveal the full picture of what's going on, but you are still trying to follow along and you want his guidance in your decision making, this is a great, great, great read. The last one I have in the spiritual growth category is also called, or well, not also, but it's also about desiring God. It is literally called Desiring God. And this is by Pastor John Piper of the Bethlehem Baptist Church I think it's in Minneapolis, Minnesota. If I'm incorrect, you can correct me in the comments below. This book, some of the reviews I've heard on this book have called it soul stirring. It is absolutely soul stirring. It says on the back, the pursuit of pleasure is not optional, it's essential. This book, I feel like, is sort of a manual in desiring relationship with God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit in the purest and most joy-filled way. It's about having a passion to draw closer to him without anything else, without any other distractions. And so if you desire more deepness and closeness with God, this again is an amazing, amazing read. And so now I'm knocking things over, y'all. I told y'all I had a million books on my desk. So all of these books are an excellent, excellent read in the kind of spiritual growth category. So I highly recommend all of these and encourage you to check them out. Let's talk about personal growth. And I kind of separated personal growth and spiritual growth, even though for me, personal growth is spiritual growth. But these books that I'm going to share with you are also biblically inspired, biblically based, but they are more about you personally. So the books that I was just sharing are more about as a person, as a Christian, as a follower of Christ. These books are a little bit more also as a follower of Christ, but in your own personal walk. Let me talk about the books and maybe it'll make more sense. So another one of my favorites. I'm gonna say that about every book I share with you today, but it's called Humility. This book was originally given to me by one of my girlfriends. Crystal, if you're watching this, thank you very much. Life-changing book. Yeah, this was given to me by one of my girlfriends. She even wrote a little note in it for me. It has blessed me so, so much. Can I be real with y'all? Y'all know I keep it real on here. Life can be hard, and there are so many moments where even when you generally have a confidence about yourself, you get kind of mixed up. I know for me, I've personally been in places where I've gotten mixed up on understanding what true humility looks like, and understanding biblical humility versus worldly humility, understanding my self-worth, not trying to make myself smaller so that other people can be bigger, not trying to figure out that balance between having what this book says is a right estimation of myself and who I am, but not being prideful, wanting to be excited and share about the things that I've accomplished and I'm excited about, but do it in a way that's for His glory and that isn't for my own. Being scared to talk about the good things about myself because I don't want it to come across wrong. And so this book is so much about biblical humility and what it actually looks like. It's about us being in Him, and that journey, as it says on here, towards holiness. Again, there's so much I could share about each of these books, but I just encourage you to check them out. If you are looking to humble yourself before God, if you are looking to understand what it is to have a quiet and gentle spirit that is full of strength and self-confidence that comes from God, this is the book for you. I highly, highly recommend this. This is a short book. It's small, short. Let's see, it is 105 pages, and there are 105 little pages, so it won't take you that long to read. But it is one that I've read kind of twice back to back, and you might want to read it over and over again, or even just sit with it. I think when I first read this, it might have taken me like 6 months to read this 100 pages. Not because it's hard to read, but just because every page has something on it where I kind of had an aha moment. And so I would really encourage you to check that out. Another book that has absolutely helped me in my personal growth is this, which is part book, part study, I would say, Bible study on Esther. And it's called A Woman of Strength and Dignity, Esther, Profiles in Character. And this is from Charles Swindoll, another pastor. This book is such a good study, not only of the book of Esther, but of how you can apply the book of Esther, her strength and her dignity, to your own life, and how God's created us to have that strength of dignity. Strength and dignity. So if you are, again, looking for personal growth, this is a great book and Bible study, because in the book there are also some great questions for you to kind of consider and think about as you are reading it. So excellent, excellent, excellent book, and also an easy read. Okay, another 2 books, and I don't remember which of my friends sent me this. It may have been that same friend, or it might have been my other friend, Kiva or Hannah. I don't know. One of my friends sent me this book. I think it was also Crystal. Thank you, Crystal. She'd be sending me good books. Anyways, this book is called Hind's Feet on High Places, and it is a devotional. This book is the devotional version. So the original book was written by Hannah Hernard. Y'all can read it on there. Again, links will be in the description box. But this copy of it that I have is the book, the original book, also with a devotional included. So as you are reading through it, after each chapter, there's actually kind of a devotional with some area for you to write and journal. So I would highly recommend this edition of the book. Again, I'll link it in the description box. This book and its kind of companion book, sequel, I don't know what you call it, which is called Mountain of Spices. These books, okay, if you're looking for a fun read that will also help you in your personal and spiritual growth, these two are for you. I would recommend starting with this one and then following it up with this one. These books are basically an allegory, so they're written like a fiction story, right? They're written kind of like an allegory or like a fairy tale sort of, but not really a fairy tale. And the characters are named, you know, Grace or named Afraid. Their names reflect their kind of countenance, right? Their spirit. And throughout the book, the Lord brings one of the characters to higher and higher and higher places in her life and into his presence. I don't want to give the book away. There's so much that's good in it. It made me laugh in parts because I was laughing at how much I could relate to some of the crazy stuff that the characters do. But I also just was so drawn into understanding God's grace and his mercy. There are characters in the book named Grace and Mercy in such a real way. So again, if you are looking for a development in your personal growth, in your personal relationship with Jesus, these two books are excellent. Start with this one, follow it up with this one. All right, let me see. I think that's all I have for personal growth for now. Like I said, I could go on and on and on. Let me power through some of these next favorites that are all books that I would categorize as books about or that helped me with my self-worth. Okay, all time, one of my favorite books. I still haven't watched the movie, y'all. It's in my queue, but is Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. Okay, Francine Rivers, favorite fiction, my favorite fiction writer. This was the first book I read of hers and have read every single book that she's put out ever since. Many of you are already familiar with this book. It is a fiction book, novel. It is based loosely on or inspired by the book of Hosea in the Bible and the story of Hosea and Gomer. It is a romance book, but it's a romance between a man and a woman that reflect, similar to in the book of Hosea, the romance or the love between God and you as his daughter, or God and his people. And so I would really encourage you to read this. This I read very early on in my walk, and it truly, truly helped me to understand how much, just how much God truly loves me. And so this I would, again, highly, highly recommend. I think this might be like my third copy of it because every time I buy it, I end up giving it to a friend. So I think this might be my third copy. So yeah, highly, highly recommend you reading this. And actually, something that I'm going to start doing at Loved and Blessed is through our shop and through our community. We have so many readers, and y'all, like I said, if you can see my desk right now, I have like 30 books on my desk, and that's not even all the books that I have. I am going to do something that I did when I first started Loved and Blessed, before the membership box ever was created and before the community really was created. I used to pass on my books that I had read. I would write a note of encouragement inside and then pass that on to someone else. And I am going to start doing that again. So if you want to learn more about that, check out the details. Definitely make sure to join us inside the Loved and Blessed ladies group, and you'll see more of the details on how you can get some free, yes, I said free, books to read and to pass on to others to encourage them. All right, so back to my book list, self-worth. So that's definitely one of my faves. Another one that I actually just started reading maybe a couple months ago, is this new devotional called Worthy by Brittany Moses. Love her. She is a writer and a speaker and a mental health advocate based out here in California. And this devotional, I have to tell you, first of all, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a hard book. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see that gold print on there. It's a perfect size for your prayer corner or even to carry with you. It's beautifully printed on the inside. And it also, after each devotion, has kind of a little mental health, clarity, mindful moment check-in page that is meant to bring you peace and clarity before you start your day. And I would definitely say that this is a great book for someone who, if you're going through a really trying time, if you're struggling with a lot of things, if you are struggling with your self-worth or depression, anxiety, anything like that, your confidence, this is a great devotional to read. Sometimes when you're going through it, it can be going through things in life. It can be hard to have the motivation to really read and study and encourage yourself. And so this is a great way to start because the devotionals are short and simple, and then the little daily tracker that's on this side is really simple and easy to fill out. And if you can just commit to doing that, and then there's also little affirmations in here, so if you could commit to doing that once a day for 50 days, there's 50 mindful moments in here, I am very sure that this will help to lift your spirits. So highly recommend this. I am still working my way through it, but I love this, and I would definitely say this is great for you or even a gift for a friend. Okay, back to Francine Rivers for a second, because another series of books that really helped me with my self-worth is her Lineage of Grace series. And so this is actually all of the books in the series. Each of these books is based on a different woman from the Bible. So there is a book on Tamar here, and this one, basically I'm going to read you kind of like the little subtitle that'll give you an idea of what the book is about. Tamar, it says, betrayed by men who controlled her future, she fought for her right to believe in a loving God. And if you know the story of Tamar, there's some sexual, I don't know what's the word, impropriety, I don't know, in her story. If you have not read it in the Bible, I would definitely encourage you to. And so this book is basically I'm going to call it fiction because it's a novella, so it is not there is no book of Tamar in the Bible. Tamar is a character in the Bible. And so this is Francine Rivers kind of in this series, it's her way of kind of like writing the story of Tamar, which is cool. So you do have to remember this is not the Bible, but read the story in the Bible. In the introduction, she tells you, the author, Francine Rivers, tells you a little bit more about Tamar's story. And then this is kind of the fiction version of kind of what she imagines Tamar actually went through and experienced, which I think is amazing. And then in the back there are actual questions that kind of help you get deeper into the story. So this is actually a great series to do on your own or even with a group of friends in a book club, something like that. Also in this series, Tamar is called, the title of this one is called Unveiled. The next one is called Unshaken, and this is all about Ruth, and it says, Ruth, she gave up everything, expecting nothing, and God honored her. There is Unspoken, which is the story of Bathsheba, and it says, her beauty stirred the passion of a king, her pain moved the heart of God. This one I really loved because, again, you don't hear a lot about Bathsheba in the Bible, right? Like, she's in the Bible, but like you don't really get the story from her perspective. So this is a very cool, again, fiction novella version of kind of maybe what you'd imagine her experience was. Then there is Unashamed, which is the story of Rahab, and it says, a woman with a past to whom God gave a future. And y'all know Rahab was a prostitute, and so this again is a book where it's very, very cool to kind of fill out or fill in maybe some of the story of Rahab and imagine what she was thinking and feeling and went through. And then last but not least is called Afraid, and this one is the story of Mary, and it says, all eternity has been waiting for this moment. God chose one woman, Mary. And so I would really, again, highly, highly, highly recommend this series. It is a great series just to think about how you can apply each of those women's stories to your own life and your own experiences. And again, these books really helped me with my self-worth in seeing how God can turn all of those situations that they went through into something that ends up giving him glory. And last but definitely not least are two more books in the self-worth category. So this book is called Enough. And this book, again, was also included in one of our boxes of encouragement that was themed Enough. And I highly recommend this book for any woman, but especially for mothers who are trying to juggle, you know, motherhood and life and taking care of a home and maybe, you know, being married and working and all of those things and feeling like you just don't measure up, or maybe like you're failing in different areas. First of all, let me tell you, you're not failing. But second of all, get yourself some encouragement and pick up this book. It's called Enough, Finding Abundant Life in a World Striving for More. I, not being a mother, was definitely still encouraged by this book. The author of this book has the most hilarious sense of humor. So if you are a laugh out loud, you know, sarcastic, you know, tell it like it is, real life, down to earth type of person, this is a great book for you. And last but not least, in the self-worth category, if you are a member of Loved and Blessed Ladies community, y'all are tired of me talking about this book. This is, I would say, maybe the most recent life-changing book that I read, which is called Abba's Child. In all transparency, this book was actually recommended to me by my therapist. And it's by Brennan Manning. It is so, so, so good. I can't even, yeah, if you are a member of the Loved and Blessed Ladies online community, you have seen me post incessantly about all the things that I have underlined and circled in this book. It is so, so good. It is a book about self-acceptance. It is a book about love, unconditional love, God's love. It is a book about relationship with him. It is a book about his forgiveness. It is a book about imperfection. It is a book to break you from any imposter syndrome that you may be experiencing. It is a book about having God's approval. Abba's Child, The Cry of the Heart for Intimate Belonging. It is a book about belonging and belonging to the Father. And so this book, this is another one of those, like, read it multiple times. I literally I think it took me all of 2023 to read this book. Close to probably 10 months. It is not a hard read. This is an easy read. But I stopped. I would read 3 sentences and just be blown away. So highly, highly, highly recommend reading this and then reading it again. All right, this video is getting long, so let me wrap things up here. A couple of other books. So another one that is really good actually for self-worth, and then also just encouragement for your soul. So let's talk about encouragement for your soul, self-worth, that kind of thing. This book is called Give Yourself Some Grace, and it is a devotional. It's 100 devotionals for imperfect people. Now come on now. If you're not imperfect, I don't know why you're watching this video, because all of us are imperfect. But I love this book because it's very honest about how many Christians struggle with their own imperfections and struggle with God's forgiveness. And so it is a beautiful devotional. Again, so this is great for you or even as a gift. You've got the devotional over here. Some of them are 2 pages and, you know, a little longer. Some of them are 1 page and shorter. All kinds of different topics in here that really help you with that battle of, you know, trying to be perfect or feeling imperfect. either way. And then there is also, I think this one has, let me see. Oh no, this one doesn't. I was thinking this one also had some worksheets in it. It does not, but this is a great devotional. And so again, highly recommend for yourself or as a gift. A couple of other encouragement for your soul books. Now, no video about my favorite books would be complete without me talking about my book, which is called Word Hugs, Whispers of the Holy Spirit. This book is truly my sort of mini love letter of the things that the Holy Spirit has whispered to me in my quiet time with Him. This book does not contain all of them because, I mean, some of them are in our boxes of encouragement, some are in this book, some are yet to be shared in journals all over my house. But this book is a really easy read, and it is something that you can actually read all the way through for a quick burst of encouragement, or you can go by topic and just read that bit of encouragement for that particular day. But these are basically word hugs that I received from the Holy Spirit on different topics and that I share here in this book. And all of the feedback that I've gotten, thank you for everyone who has purchased one. All of the feedback that I have gotten has been so encouraging, just to know that the words of encouragement that were given to me are also encouraging you. And so I, of course, would highly recommend my book, Word Hugs. It is currently, as I am recording this in January 2023, we are currently sold out, but stay tuned and definitely check the link in the description box below if you are interested in getting a copy or picking up another copy, because we'll probably do another print run at some point in this year. And another encouraging book for your soul is definitely this one, which is literally called Blessings for the Soul, Words of Grace and Peace for Your Heart. This is another one that I highly recommend as a gift, but also for yourself. And again, it has scripture references, and then also very easy to read, short in words of encouragement. Read 1 or 2 a day, or what I like to do with books like this where it's short bursts of encouragement is just to read it until I feel released to stop, until I feel like I'm in a good headspace. Now I can, move on with my day. So this is a beautiful, beautiful book. Again, it's beautifully printed, hard copy or hard cover, just like my book. Beautiful, beautiful books of encouragement. And one last book I wanted to share with y'all before we get to the giveaway. I know some of y'all are like, what's going on with this giveaway? What's the raffle? Stay tuned. 1 second. The last book I wanted to share with you guys is this one, which is called Big Idea Food. This book by Marlena Banks is a great book for, I recommend this for encouragement for entrepreneurs. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're a dreamer, if you want to start a ministry, if you want to start any sort of business, if you have a dream to create something, to develop something, if you have a side hustle, you've got a job, but you got a side hustle that you want to, grow and be motivated. This is a great devotional for Christian dreamers and entrepreneurs, and it really is all about abundance and all about staying encouraged, but also pursuing your dreams in a godly way. So this one there's 52 devotions in it. And I love it because there's scriptures, and then the devotions themselves also really are part story, part encouragement, part Bible study, if that makes sense. So like this one says, I'm not led by opportunities. And it starts with, can we just take a second to praise God for all the bullets He helped us dodge? Come on now. And then she shares something that she was able to kind of dodge and was able to get around, and then how God connected her with the opportunity He had for her versus being just led by any sort of opportunity that, crosses your path. And any of y'all who are entrepreneurs like me, or small business owners, or dreamers, or creators, you know, sometimes we can just be led by whatever opportunity comes up, and sometimes every opportunity is not always for us. Sometimes we should actually say, no, thank you, appreciate it, but no. And so this book is really great encouragement about building your business, going after your dreams, and again, desiring higher and doing it in a way that is in alignment with God. So great book. Again, highly recommend, and we'll have a link in the description box. Now let's get to the raffle. Now, if you're watching this after January of 2023, this raffle is over. But if you are watching this and it is not, you know, the end of the month yet, you still have time to enter. The raffle for this month inside the Loved and Blessed Ladies group is going to be this beautiful pairing. So this devotional that I was just sharing with y'all, Give Yourself Some Grace, 100 Devotions for Imperfect People, I am pairing this with this super cute pouch. Okay. Y'all have heard me talk before about Others. Others is a part of the Salvation Army, and it's called Others Trade for Hope. All of their products are handmade by artisans. This particular bag was handmade by artisans in Bangladesh and hand embroidered. If you can see that, it's got beautiful embroidery. It is a super soft cotton material. It's got this super cute little wristlet strap, and what I love is not only is there the zipper pouch on the inside that's got great room, it is lightly padded, so putting your phone in here, I would have no worries about carrying my phone in here and some money and some cash, lipstick, whatever, because it will be very nicely protected. And it has a cute little pocket on the back, and these little back pockets is where I like to put, you know, whenever I have to grab quickly, I like to put it into that little back pocket. So this little pouch, handmade again by artisans in Bangladesh, and Others basically is an initiative of the Salvation Army where they use fair trade principles to help alleviate poverty in other countries. They do a lot of work in Kenya and in Bangladesh, and so I am super excited about supporting them by passing this beautiful pouch on to you. So in order to enter, to receive not only this book, but also this pouch, you will need to, first of all, be a member of the Loved and Blessed Ladies community. Now, if you haven't joined our online community, I don't know what you're waiting for. So I'm gonna need you to join. There will be a link in the description on how to join. It is absolutely free. You can join at lovedandblessed.com. Join the community. You will see our monthly raffle giveaway post. Go ahead and answer the question that is posed in that post, and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, I do a little raffle and reveal the winner, and I send you your gifts. It's that simple. You get to meet a lot of other ladies and be encouraged by how they answer the question that is posed on that post as well. And yeah, so I hope that you will enter to win, even if you don't win this book. If you're interested in it or any of the other bajillion books I shared today, please check the description box below, and definitely check out the links. Purchasing through my links really does help Loved and Blessed. At the end of the day, it really helps because even though it doesn't cost you anything extra, it actually helps support my channel and our Loved and Blessed Ladies online community in keeping it free, because we get a tiny, I'm talking pennies, y'all, but they add up. Tiny percentage of the sale from some of these books. Some of them, we aren't getting nothing. I'm just sharing it because I love it. I love all of these books, but definitely clicking on our links helps, and purchasing through our links helps. So please do that. Make sure to comment below if you have also read any of these books already, and let me know if you felt like they encouraged you and if you would recommend them to others. If you have books that you think should have made it on my list for any of those categories, share those below, because I'd love to check them out and possibly add them to my 2023 reading list. And until next time, make sure to enter the giveaway, and I will talk to y'all again very soon. Stay encouraged.